What's going on, guys? It's Chris over here from championsdeck.com in the first ever video of our page, what is going to be a Pokemon competitive page slash store. Working on it right now. Like I said, my name is Chris, and this is the first ever Champions deck profile. Today I'm going to be talking about the Charizard Terapagos EX deck. Got me third at a League Cup over here in Florida. It was a very competitive scene, as Florida is always very competitive. I was one of the few, if not, I think one or of two decks that they were post rotation. So this deck is post rotation, meaning we just received the Journey Together format or Journey Together set, and then the Atlanta Regionals in April is going to be the rotation, and the basically we're the guinea pigs for the next format. So right now everybody's going crazy testing out. I'm feeling very comfortable with Charizard Terapagos, and I wanted to give you a deck profile of the deck. Like I said, it got me third in a League Cup over here. Shout out to Angel. He's my son. He actually won with Raging Bolt, but he's still in the old format with Raging Bolt, Greninja, and all that good stuff. But my build over here, like I said, we're testing for Atlanta Regionals, and this is where we're at the moment. For those of you who don't know me, like I said, my name is Christian. I am a veteran player since back in the days. I've been playing since base set on and off. I am the not Current. I played whenever there were CD championships, state championships, and I am, at least just for credentials, I won the 2014 Florida State Championships, Day 2 in Nationals, top fours in other state championships. 2017 was my last Nationals that I ever played. I think it was 2017 or 2016 that I played, and then recently came back when I saw the Charizard deck. I just had a couple of friends playing, and I saw the deck coming around. There was a League Battle deck, and then when I read its ability, I was like, oh my god, is this how Pokemon is these days? So pick up the deck, the League Battle deck. It was a cheap deck. It was like around $30. And then obviously, like always, that thing evolved into this monstrosity that it is today, which I called Old Faithful. So anyways, to the deck profile. So right now in this deck, I'm running 2 Charizards, and then 3 Charmander. Reason being is I was running a 2-2 line, and there was situations where you get, one Charmander prize, or if you get a 1 Charmander prize, your only Charmander gets knocked out, and then you gotta like Super Rata and all that stuff. That's why I decided to go with 3 and 2. Initially, it was a 3-3 line. I'm a firm believer of 3 Charizards, but the deck is kind of tight, so that's why I went with the 3 Charmanders, 2 Charizards for the moment. We are running a 3 Hoot and 3 Noctowl line. Originally, it was a 4-4 Noctowl. I scale it back to a 3-3. 2 of the Hoots if the 70 HP, and then the 80 HP Hoot as well. I run it just because the 80 HP has a little bit of 10 more HP. Sometimes people with Dragapult, especially in the new format, they'd be running Dragapult with the flying bird that I always forget the name. You put him on the bench and it does 10 while he's put in the bench, and I completely lost the name of that bird. But anyways, when you put them on the bench, that Dragapult can hit you for the 6 damage counters, and then with that bird put 1 more for knockout, or with the bird first, and then they attack with Dragapult. So that's why I run a 1 of the 80 HP. Reason being is the 70 HP ones, they have 1 retreat cost. The 80 HP has 2 retreat costs. That's why we're mixing over here at the moment. So that is the line of Hoot. We're running two Terapagos. Nothing too crazy over here. Obviously, the deck runs the stadium for the 8 bench Pokemon, the Area Zero Stadium. So obviously, Terapagos is a good fit to abuse that bench space. For its attack is Unified Beatdown 30 times your bench. Okay, moving on. So right now, we are running two Rotoms, Fan Rotoms. Obviously, he's like the main engine of the deck. If you start with the Fan Rotom, you're able to go places with this card, especially with obviously everything being majority in the deck being colorless. So obviously, Fan Call, it gets you up to 3 colorless Pokemon with 100 HP or less. Put them into your hand, right? So this is going to be the main engine. We're running two. We're running a 1/1 line of Pidgeot. So that was my fourth Hoot and Noctowl. I've been seeing leased arounds and talking to a couple of people here and there. Tested it out this League Cup, to be honest. Those were the grounds that I was able to test it out. I just cut a 1/1 Hoot for a 1/1 Pidgey, and let me tell you something, guys. I've been having very so much fun with this deck. Reason being is Hoot. Obviously, if you have a Terra Pokemon in play, once you evolve, it gets you to trainers. But if you happen, and that's fine, like that line with the Hoots and the Charizard is very consistent. But if you just happen to have a Pidgeot in play, the deck basically transforms and it lets you abuse so many things, and that's why I was able to beat current format decks like the current Raging Bolts, current Lugias, current Archadolons. So thanks to the Pidgeot, Old Faithful, that's where I was able to, it's one of the main engines of the deck. Is always there. It's consistently there to do a quick search and search for any cards in your deck and put in your hand. You don't have to show it, right? Obviously, your traditional Festivity for drawing power. If you basically at this point in time, this is a staple in every deck. Your Pokemon gets knocked out, you're able to draw three cards on your next turn. If it was knocked out by an attack, not by any special conditions like poison or by burn, which you're gonna see a lot of these days. Moving on, we're running a 1/1 2 line of the ghosts. Self-explanatory. You gotta have the ghosts. Curse Blast is a very powerful ability, even though you get them a prize card, so they're able to get a prize card from you sacrificing yourself. Majority of the time, this lets you abuse cards like Counter Catcher, Counter Gang if you happen to play one of those cards. If I'm not mistaken, that's when you're behind in prices. Lets you get one less attack. I don't play Counter Gang particularly, but I play 2, if I'm not mistaken, counter catchers. So that lets you abuse that those type of trainers, and also it lets you abuse Briar. If all conditions are met, you can Briar your opponent to win the game unexpectedly. So we're running a 1 Dusknoir, 1 Dusclops, and 2 Duskull lineup. We are running 5 fire energies, and then obviously the 1 jet energy. 5 fires because obviously this deck, the main engine is Charizard. Charizard can get you the ability, which you can use the ability with Charizard, which lets you get fire energy from the discard pile. 3 of them, actually up to 3, and then you can attach them to any of Pokemon of your liking. So it's a good ability, one of the best abilities I think on the game at the moment. Jet energy is there for special occasions. I have used it a lot in those turn 1 not turn 1, but turn 2 when I can attack with Rotoms. Majority of the times, I cannot tell you how many times I'm able to, evolve one of the Noctiles to get the colorless supporter card, which I'm going to talk to you about it after the energies. And then Color's Tenacity is able to get me like a Stadium and the Gen Energy, so I can attach it to Gen Energy to Fan Rotom, bring it up, and literally, knock out those Voodoos, those 70 HP Pokemon. And then majority of the time, it helps me out a lot in the price trade, because majority of the times they're able to they have to take a knockout on that Fan Rotom, and obviously Fan Rotom, it's a one pricer. Then again, you're even in the price range, and then thanks to the Dust Noise, you're able to even that price raise up very fast, and to be able to win games, right? Now I'm going on the supporter line. Like I said, I am running Color's Tenacity, 2 Ionos, 2 Boss Orders, 1 Briar, and then the 1 2-row Scenario. Obviously, Color's Tenacity, I can get it with the Hoot Hoots. Gives me the Area 0 Under Death. Gives me any type of energy. Majority of the time, I use it for the Jet Energy. That way, I can switch my Pokemon up or attack with Fan Rotom. A lot of the times, I have used it to attack with Terapagos also, because obviously when you do the Charizard, you mainly go the 2 energies of fire with the Charizard and 1 of the Terapagos. But then again, sometimes I gotta do the 2 on the Terapagos and 1 on the Zard, or vice versa. But on those cases that I do the 2 energies on the Charizard and 1 energy on the Terapagos, I'm able to get that energy to Terapagos, bring it on top, and then try to fill my bench to take the knockouts. Obviously, Iono self-explanatory, just hand disruption. Both opponents shuffle their hands, place them at the bottom, and then draw cards equal to the prices. Boss Order is a staple in any deck, in my opinion. I mean, you can bring a Pokemon active to knock it out. Briar is here for special occasions, to be honest. I rarely use Briar, but the times that you use Briars is majority of the times that you are able to use this is to win games. Obviously, I'm playing Terra Pokemon. Charizard's a Terra Pokemon. Terapagos, obviously by the name, is a Terra Pokemon as well. Briar is just too good to not to play. And then obviously the Professor Turos, there has been multiple cases, multiple scenarios that I am able to save my Charizard or save any Pokemon from being knocked out, negate the price card, and then obviously get a brand new Zard, get a brand new everything going, so I can take a knockout, and then they have to attack again. So for the moment, those are the supporters that I am running, and I'm feeling very confident with the supporters, to be honest. All right. So and I forgot one of the supporters, Professor Research, actually. Old school Professor Oaks, Professor Research. Obviously, I have been in a debate whether to run 1 research or 2. Majority of the times, the 1 research has been enough, so I can research, my hand away. There has been many instances where I have dropped my hand, and then thanks to the Pidgeot, which obviously has, came in clutch, I'm able to drop my hand, do a quick search for Professor Research, play the supporter, and then have a brand new hand. Usually when that happens, you're way ahead in the game. A spec of choice is going to be Maximum Belt. Maximum Belt, obviously, if you're using Maximum Belt on EXs, is 50 more damage. I cannot stress how many times I have used the Maximum Belt with Terapagos, so I can reach those magical 260s to kill any Goldengos. Even with Charizard, believe it or not, I don't have to wait for them to take all the price cards to go up in damage. I'm able to do it with the maximal belt to hit obviously, and in combination obviously with the Dusknoirs, we're able to go places, guys. So maximal belt, I have been very confident with it, so that was my ace pick of my choice. Obviously, to Area Zero Under Depths, that is one of the main engines of the deck. Lets you have a 8 bench Pokemon. Obviously, in Pokemon, the rules are that you're gonna get only 5 Pokemon on the bench. Once you play the Area Zero, you're able to amplify that bench to 8 Pokemon in the bench, and then obviously attack with Unified Beatdown with Terapagos, doing a maximum of 240 with the full bench, right? Trainers for rare candies. I feel 4 is a must. I mean, you're talking about rare candying. Well, I ran 4 without Pidgeot, so now with Pidgeot, I'm definitely keeping 4. Obviously, you need rare candy for the Pidgeot, you need rare candy for the Charizard, you need rare candies for the Dusknoirs. I'm able to do some combos of like double Dusknoirs with the rare candies here and there. You need 4 rare candies. Ultra Balls is my next trainer of choice. I have been debating whether to run 3 or 2 Ultra Balls. For now, I am running 3. It's been very consistent with the Ultra Balls. Let me search any Pokemon and put it in my hand. Aside from Ultra Balls, I've been running 4 Nest Balls. Easy going. I'm able to search for any Pokemon and put it on my bench. Majority of the times is going to be to, obviously, since I play the Area Zero Under Depth, is going to be to fill out my bench. I'm able to get, baby Pokemon like Duskull or the Hoodoohoots. I'm able to get Festivity, any type of EXs. 4 Nest Balls, I believe, in this deck is a must. And then, obviously, for more consistency, I am running 4 Buddy Buddy Puffins. I was actually debating to either run 3 Buddy Buddy Puffins and then 4 Ultra Balls, or like 4, so I'm debating between the 2 at the moment. Right now, this has been working for me, so that's why I have left it like that for the moment. No complaints there, to be honest. I wanted to cut something out also for a Night Stretcher, if I'm not mistaken, but it was too good, the consistency, so I kept it like this at the moment. I'm running a 1 counter catcher. I thought that I was running 2. I'm only running 1. Obviously, you can abuse this if you run 2 with the Dusknoirs and the Dusclops. You're able to put yourself behind prices, that way you can counter catch or something and knock it out. But for the moment, I'm running 2. Also running 1 Night Stretcher. I cannot stress how many times I have felt that I needed a Night Stretcher and not like a Super Rod. Don't get me wrong, I also run 2 Super Rods, but there's been just some cases that, for example, I have used Dusknoir to blow it up, to put damage counters on them, and then I have had in my hand, like, I got rare candy, and I'm able to do Night Stretcher for the Dusknoir again, rare candy Dusknoir, do another play. Mainly that's why I put it in. Not only that, sometimes I have only needed 1 energy only, so I can attach to either manually to Charizard or to Terapagos. That's why I made the space. I don't remember what exactly was it that I took away for the Night Stretcher. If I'm not mistaken, it was an Ultra Ball. I was running a 4 Ultra Ball line. I scaled it back to 3, and then I put in the Night Stretcher because there is definitely value in this deck. I have had a lot of hours playing with this deck, and I'm always feels that don't get me wrong, 2 Super Rods are good. Obviously, you're able to put 3 energies back in the discard, 3 Pokemon back in the discard. I have had multiple 2 Charizards in my bench ready to take prices. But the majority of the times, I've always felt that I needed the night stretcher for like that extra something, like an extra ghost or an extra energy, maybe an extra Pokemon. Also, sometimes people target your Festivity. You don't necessarily want to super rot it back to then get it with a nest ball and all that stuff. I just want a nice stretcher, put it in my bench, and then keep going. I cannot stress it enough. Nice stretcher has been a very valuable addition to this deck. And last but not least, I play 2 Terra Orbs. This item is very crucial in this deck, just because of the fact that you don't have to discard anything, in the Ultra Balls and all that stuff to get your Terra Pokemon, which is in this deck. Is your Terra Pokemon are Terapagos and obviously Charizard. Those are the ones that the majority of the time that I search for when I go with the Hoot Hoots. So I can go, for example, if I have a Terapagos in play, I can go Hoot 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 for Terra Orb and a Rare Candy Charizard, and then obviously keep the train going. So yeah, that is 2 Terra Orbs. So right now, that has been the Terapagos deck list that I have been playing for the longest. I will be making other deck profiles that I feel that are very, very good for Atlanta regionals, which is the one that I'm planning to go with my kids and all that good stuff. Obviously, the good thing about Charizard is that a lot of people forget that this guy is around, and obviously when people see a Charmander, they immediately realize like, oh my god, this is gonna be a challenge. He immediately becomes a target. But obviously, once you evolve to that 330 fire Pokemon, it becomes a problem. And then obviously with the full bench, with the Terapagos, with the Pidgeot, with the Charizard, I have seen that a lot of people sometimes don't even know what to hit, because they're like, do I take care of the Terapagos, but then there's Charizard, or do I take care of the Charizard, but then again Terapagos will come out. So that's why I feel that it's very very consistent. To be honest, guys, there's gonna be a lot of decks in Atlanta regionals. I have tested this deck with against a bunch of decks, and I feel it doesn't necessarily have a weakness at the moment. I played it against all the new decks. I played it against Hop Stations. I played it against Ensor. Played it against the new Terra box that is going around. I played it against you name it, the new Archadolon deck, Dragapult, and it seems to be very consistent. I will say this, I might be a little bit scary, or I might be a little bit scared about the Walls deck, Melodic, and the Ferreferic, if I'm mistaken is the name. We can't do anything about Walls at this point. I mean, you either avoid it during the turns, or during the rounds, or if you have to play it, then well, so be it. There's no way around it. So for now, this has been the deck profile of the Charizard EX deck. First ever video for the Champions deck webpage. I'll try to make more content often. If you see us in Atlanta, say hi. Like I said, my name is Christian. Hopefully we'll get t-shirts and all that good stuff. That way you'll see where the guys from the Champion decks. Expect great things from us. We are going to try to do our best to give you up-to-date decks, profiles, and content for Pokemon, which is what I've been doing forever. And hopefully we'll bring you good stuff, guys. Hopefully this becomes a channel that can bring you very good quality Pokemon info. And that is it, my guys. So this has been the first ever Champions deck profile. Hope you guys like it. Please subscribe to my channel. Like it is the only way that we're able to grow. I will try to bring you more content, like I said, all the good stuff. Hopefully I'll see you soon, guys. Take care.